Hello, good morning students. Hope all of you are well. In your physics second chapter, unit 1 and unit 3 I have already explained. Now we have our unit 3 portion, that is temperature and its measurement. So temperature, that term you already heard about in your lower classes. Now one question come to your mind. What does temperature stands for in definition? Actually, temperature, if we define temperature, so we can say that temperature is a measure of degree of hotness or coldness of a body. That means a body, how much cold or how much hotness or coldness. So if we measure the degree of a body, hotness and coldness, this particular term is known as temperature. As we learned that everything has its SI, the standard unit. So like that, temperature has also standard unit, and that is Kelvin. That is Kelvin. When you write Kelvin, it will be in small letter. When you write in symbol, it will be capital K. Keep in mind, here is no degree sign you have to write. There is no degree sign. Now, to measure the temperature, we generally use a device that is called thermometer. Thermometer. You have seen already different places near a doctor, at your home also sometimes you will have. So a device used to measure the temperature of different objects. So that object device name is thermometer. Now, thermometer in our book, picture has given of a thermometer in our book. This page is a thermometer. It's actually laboratory thermometer. What things are there? Inside there's a liquid. This is a mercury. There's a glass bulb. The indication is given, temperature indication. It's indication -10 to 110 degrees Celsius. So it's measured in Celsius. It's a steam capillary tube. So this is a laboratory thermometer. It is written, this laboratory thermometer has capillary tube, bulb, stem. What is stem? The capillary tube is protected by a thick glass tube. A thick glass tube, that is called stem. It is given here. Now the marking are made on the stem from -10 degrees Celsius to 110 degrees Celsius. This marking is called graduation or degree. So this way you can measure the degree. Now thermometer scale, if we talk about thermometer scale, so we will get Celsius thermometer, Celsius scale, Kelvin scale. We will get Celsius scale, Kelvin scale. You can see this one. We will get Celsius scale and Kelvin scale. In short, I am explaining you, Celsius scale commonly used for measuring day-to-day temperature. Our day-to-day temperature in our smartphone you can see. So it starts from 0 degrees Celsius and it goes up to 100 degrees Celsius. So its range is 0 to 100 degrees Celsius. Next we have Kelvin scale, standard international scale. So that is the standard international scale we will use. Kelvin scale. The temperature of body can be below 0 degrees Celsius. The question arises that, is the last limit of temperature? No. Lord Kelvin theoretically calculated that -273 degrees Celsius or centigrade, -273 degrees Celsius or centigrade is the ultimate lower limit of temperature. So in Kelvin scale, -273 degrees Celsius is named as absolute zero. In higher class you will get the detailed information about that. This is called Kelvin zero. This is called absolute zero in Kelvin scale. Now present day scientists have changed absolute zero to Kelvin zero in order to honor so these are the same thing. Absolute zero named in the name of that particular scientist, Kelvin zero. So Kelvin scale, so the thermometer scale using Kelvin zero is called Kelvin scale. So what is the Kelvin zero? 0K. You please observe there is no degree sign has given. So be careful about that. 0K equal to minus 273 degrees Celsius. That means 0 degrees Celsius equal to 273 Kelvin and 100 degrees Celsius equal to 373 Kelvin. Just adding these values. I am just explaining you later. Now here we suppose have the numericals. To convert the following temperature Celsius to Kelvin. We have Celsius. We are going to Kelvin. So what we will do? So we are going to Kelvin. So our Celsius temperature is 20 degrees Celsius in this case. And what is our absolute zero? 273. We just add this to value, we will get the value. And that answer will be definitely in Kelvin. So keep remember it. It will come in Kelvin. Capital K. No degree sign is allotted. The reverse if we do, it is given in Kelvin. We convert into Celsius. What we will do? We will just subtract the value. So we have 40 degree Kelvin. So 40 minus 273. The minus sign will also come because of the integer. This sign because this integer sign is more, so minus 233 degrees Celsius. So these are the conversion of Celsius to Kelvin, Kelvin to Celsius. That is very important. Please go through it very seriously. Next we have clinical thermometer. This is very important thing, and this diagram is also very important along with the description of the clinical thermometer. Clinical thermometer also called doctor's thermometer. So in human body, all of you know that in human body normal temperature is 37 degrees Celsius. 37 degrees Celsius. Now the thermometer used to measure the temperature of a human body. So we use this thermometer to measure the temperature of a human body. Now the clinical thermometer consists of what things we will explain. This is a diagram of a clinical thermometer, you can see. Now the clinical thermometer marks from 35 degrees Celsius to 42 degrees Celsius. It is because temperature of a human body does not fall below 35 degrees Celsius and it does not rises up 42 degrees Celsius. In either case, death occur. Now this particular thermometer has a fine capillary tube. The tube provided in the kink near the bulb. So what is the kink? Kink allows the mercury to push in the way in the capillary tube but does not allow it to flow back. When you will get the temperature of a body, the mercury raise up and we will see what is the temperature of the body. Immediately we remove the thermometer, the mercury will not fall directly, it will fall slowly. So that kink help us to take the measurement, take the temperature of the body. So and after that we will jerk the thermometer so that the mercury will come into the previous position. This thermometer is first washed with water and then jerked till mercury thread falls below 35 degrees Celsius. So you have seen that whenever you use this thermometer, our parents or who is using, first he or she will jerk that so initialize the mercury. And why you are using mercury as a liquid in that thermometer? Because mercury has very high melting and boiling point, and second thing is that it is very shiny and it is the only metal will get liquid state. So because of this reason, and we can because of the shiny nature, we can visibility is also very easy. So this is because of this reason we are using mercury as a liquid in a clinical thermometer. There is also another thermometer is there called maxima minima thermometer. Maxima minima thermometer. So what is the use? It is used for recording the day's highest temperature and night's lowest temperature. It is basically used for day's highest temperature and lowest temperature. We must have seen on TV weather report on the maxima and minima temperature of various cities in our country. So this particular maxima minima temperature measured with the help of maxima and minima thermometer. And one thing we keep in mind that the clinical thermometer should never be washed with very hot water or placed in sun because it likely to break. So when you wash in normal water. If you want to wash, first wash in normal water. We should not wash with very hot water or should not place in sun as it is likely to be break. And what we know that the temperature of a healthy person, the temperature of a human body is 37 degrees Celsius. Next we have very common thing that is called estimation. First we need to know what is estimation. What is estimation? Estimation is a quick judgment above the measurement of some particular quantity. So I am explaining through an example. This is very easy. Suppose you have to decide quickly the piece of a cloth is more rougher than other. You have a two piece of cloth. You have to judge which one is much more rougher. What you will do? In this case, you will not use, I think, we will not use a special tool. What we will do? We just move our finger in each piece of the cloth and we will feel which one is rougher. So this, how we will get? From our sense, we can say that which one is much smoother, which one is much rougher. So this example as an example of estimation. Next we have measurement of area. Area means we know, if area means when you talk about area, so in case of concept of length and breadth will come from maths, very beginning we started already. So length and breadth concept has come. So the amount of surface occupied by an object or a plane is called area. So the amount of surface occupied by an object or a place is called area. So you see that this is the area it occupied. Second thing is that what is the unit of area? The unit of area, we know that the unit should be in SI system, standard international system. Unit of area is square meter. It's in small letter, or in short if we write in symbol it will be meter square. Meter square. Area also has multiple and submultiple units. So submultiple of standard unit of area, square centimeter. So square centimeters is the submultiple of unit area. Square centimeter, or in symbol if we write it will be 1 centimeter square. And multiple units, what you will get for multiple units? For measuring bigger areas such as area of a field or town, meter square is small. So in this case we will use hectare. 1 hectare equal to 10 to the power 4 meter square. We know that. Or 1 meter square, reversely we can say 10 to the power minus 4 hectares. So multiple unit is what? Multiples of standard unit of area is what? That is a hectare. So 1 hectare is the surface area of a square whose each side is equal to 100 meter. So 1 hectare means length into breadth if you do. So each side having 100 meter in length and 100 meter in breadth. So 1 hectare equal to 10 to the power 4. 100 into 100, so 4 zeros. So 10 to the power 4 meter square it becomes. In our book we have some shapes of regular surface. This shapes has its areas. We already know few of them. Square has a area length into breadth. And we know you can write length square, L square. In case of rectangle, length into breadth, you know area of a rectangle L into B or length into breadth. For a triangle, base and altitude or height. So area of a triangle half into altitude into base. So altitude means height, that is the height, this is a perpendicular. Half into base into height. And lastly we have circle. Circle, this is a circle, this is a radius, half of the diameter, this is called radius. So area of a circle equal to pi into r square, pi into radius square. And the value of pi will be 22/7. If it is in fraction, if it is in decimal, then 3.1416. So pi into r square. So these are the basic formula of calculating area of a regular shapes. Please remember it. We have some numericals also after that. I am just explaining few. So it is given a square of cardboard has 25 centimeter side. What is the area of the cardboard? So you normally what you will do, length into breadth. So or side square or length square. So 25 into 25, 625 centimeter square. Area you know, unit will be square. Now next thing is told, convert into centimeter square to millimeter square and meter square. So 1 centimeter square stands for 10 into 10 millimeter square. So 100 millimeter square. We have 625 centimeter square. So 625 into 1 centimeter square. And 1 centimeter square what now? 100 millimeter square. So 625 into 100, 62500 millimeter square. So this way we will solve the numericals. These are very easy numericals. Please go through it. If you have any doubt, any query, please inform me. I'll explain everything. Next page also we have some numericals. For example, the diameter of a circular field is 7 meter. What is the area? So circular field means it is a circle, diameter given 7. So you know that radius equal to diameter by 2 d by 2, dividing 3.5 meter. Area of the field pi r square, pi value you know 22 by 7 into 7 by 2, 7 by 2, or you can write 3.5, 3.5. Then after calculation, simplification, you will get 38.5 meter square. So only put the formula. You remember the formula very well. Go through the formula, read the question. If you have any doubt, any query, please ask. So these are the explanation of the chapter 2. Up to chapter 2 you have in unit 1 in your unit 1 section. So things I'm trying to explain everything, and I explained also. If you have any doubt, any query, anything to know, please inform me. Thank you very much.